Hey guys, this is Aiden Struve with Struve Family Farms, and we're back out here today on a beautiful June day doing our first pass of weed control after planting. And so yeah, we got the 4640 out here and our Aerostar Eionbock Tine weeder. And this year we upgraded our Tine weeder, made it went from a 30-foot model to a 40-foot. And so that was one of the reasons when we bought our Tine weeder, when we did, was it had the heavier base frame, so you could just add on one more section on the end and make it a 40-foot model. And so we knew that in the future we would probably be upgrading to a 16-row planter. And so I guess just to kind of take that first step in planning ahead for that, we made sure that we got a Tine weeder that we could just add on. It was just this extra piece of frame and then another 5 feet on both sides. And so yeah, we got that set up. So we are running 40 feet wide out here getting this Tine weed, and it's going really good actually. Today is Sunday, June, I believe, 26th, and we got this field planted on Thursday, June 23rd. So we're about 4 days in on these soybeans, three and a half, give or take. And so yeah, this field got about a ½ inch of rain about a day after it was planted, which isn't always ideal. We like to try and get planted and then have a little bit of time before our first rain. That way the beans have more time to get coming out of the ground before the weeds. But if it rains right after, it's almost better than if it was like 2 days after, because it gives it time to dry out, and then I can come in here and Tine weed before the beans are out of the ground and get all those weeds off. So, and the big thing is you want to make sure you get a pre-emerge Tine weeding pass done, especially if you ever have issues with residue. So if you remember, this is our last cornfield, and we got it worked down pretty well. And so I'm not really having much issues with residue on the Tine weeder. There is a couple spots though, because there's kind of a pond. You can see the heavier spots out there that it's getting tangled up a little bit. But if we look back here at the Tine weeder, you can see it is dragging a little bit of corn stalks right on the back, but they're flowing through pretty well. It's not really leaving much on the headlands that I will have to worry about, but that's why it's good to get that pre-emerge pass done, so that you don't have to worry about the residue plugging up and taking out your soybeans. But I was going to show you kind of where the soybeans are at up here. We'll dig down in a row and then show you how I have the Tine weeder set. But we got our fancy digger from Blue River Seed here. So we're gonna use this and dig right down here and find our little beans, so you can kind of see how they're coming along. And there's the first one right there. I actually broke him off, but let's go a little further. There's another one, and there's a little lead in. There's another guy right there. So you can see they're coming right down in here. I'm guessing there's another one in between there, but yeah. So those are about an inch below the soil, if you can see kind of from where the low spot is. Obviously our fields do have a little bit of deviation, which is why it's nice to get that first Tine weeding pass and get everything leveled off. But yeah, those beans, if I wasn't Tine weeding and moving a little bit of dirt on them, they would probably be out of the ground first thing in the morning. But it'll probably, by the time it levels off, it'll move a little more dirt onto them, which is actually fine. Those beans will push through that in a matter of hours with as warm as the ground temperature is. And you can see we got really good moisture down in here. So yeah, that's looking real great. So we'll go back here. So we know our soybeans are about an inch deep, and so we can look, and the tines that are moving kind of more where the ridge of the row is, you can see here, these guys, they're going deeper, so they're going like 2 inches deep. And then the ones that are right over the row, like right here, is lined up on a row right here, so these ones are only like ½ inch deep or so. But I'm honestly running pretty close to the top of those soybeans, trying to get it cleaned up, just because I want to level it down as much. And it's also helping knock down some of the clods. You can see it was just a little cloddy with all the corn stalk root balls, but if you can see it, it's laying down pretty nice. There's not many big ones. It's real nice and fluffy. I mean, the soybeans will come through that just beautifully. and then over there's a couple more. And so we're going along at about 7 miles an hour. So we're cruising right along, and it's really helping to bust up all those clods and get some dirt action going. So yeah, that's kind of what we're out here doing, guys. We'll probably be back out here in, I guess, a week, and these soybeans should be a couple inches tall, and we'll be hitting them again. Try to stay ahead of the weeds and keep them looking nice and clean. So thanks for watching, guys.